Hi, this is Gerald, and I'm going to give you a little tour of our new office/studio. As you can see here, this is where the podcast happens, and the stream over there with the couch, and we have the TV there where we play. But this is our podcast setup right here. You can see this is our little arcade that we have there with figurines on the wide angle of the podcast. Here's the camera for that. And here is the light. This is the main light, which is, I think these things are called lanterns. And we have a skirt there, kind of like a thing that goes around the light source so that you can kind of block out the side light, just so that our faces are lit instead of the background. So this is kind of the table where we have all the gear. Here's our mixer. And as you can see, there are some screens here. So this is kind of my angle when I sit and do the podcast, and I talk to Kevin on the other side over there. And these screens, this is my laptop right here where I can see whatever I need to look at, if I need to look up something or browse the internet. And then those monitors over there are for monitoring our faces and notes that Kevin might have for what we're talking about. So this is kind of our setup, and as you can see, there's no camera here because I'm using the camera that right now for this behind-the-scenes video. But yeah, you can see this is one of the camera setups is attached to the table, as is this wide angle right here, attached to the table over here. So you kind of have this complete podcast setup in the middle of the room where we can churn out a bunch of content. The computer's down under there. As you can see, this light there's like a counterbalance here. This thing is always here. And yeah, I guess this is our stream setup. That's the couch. I think a lot of people noticed this is kind of cross-countery, I guess. But I really loved cross-counter when that show was on, and I think the couch vibe is something that's completely different from your typical stream. There's something relaxed and nice about it that you can't really replicate at your computer desk. And there's also a bunch of artwork here. As you can see, this is some is it Dark Souls / Elden Ring artwork that I got at EVO 2024 this year. And yeah, I just have it framed up there. There's Billy Kane and Geese Howard over there. And this is the trophy that I got for winning Sailor Moon S at EVO Japan. I think it was 2020, EVO Japan. There was a side tournament for Sailor Moon S, and I got first place. So this is probably my biggest accomplishment in fighting games. And here's a coffee machine. It's a fridge. And this is the Corey Studios light. This is the light that we used when we had the venue over at the Corey Lounge. And there is the play button here. Of course, this is the old school play button before they got the new cool one. Some little decorations, arcade cabinets. Here's some games here. Most of them are fighting games, but you know, this is really just decoration. There's a server down there. All our files and everything is on there. And yeah, combo breaker poster. Yeah, just a bunch of decoration, I guess, last side. As you can see over here, this is kind of what we see from the streaming point of view. This is the streamer's point of view when we're playing. So Kevin would be to my right here. And then, yeah, this is where we have all the information. The big screen is where we play the game, and you can even see the OBS on the bottom right screen. And then on the bottom left screen is kind of where the chat is. So this is a multi-screen thing. Might be getting one more screen. So, so yeah, that could be very useful for us. If you go up here, you notice there's two clocks. There's one for Seoul time, and there's San Francisco time. So we just, obviously we live in Seoul and we work in Seoul, but we need to kind of coincide with the release times of the US because that's where our largest audience is. So we have a San Francisco time over there just to kind of see what's going on over the other side of the pond. And yeah, this section right here, this is kind of the background for Kevin's angle in the podcast. It has a lot of like equipment gear and memorabilia and arcade sticks. So this is kind of storage slash decoration. You can see up there, there's some speakers that I built as a COVID project. This is a bunch of extraneous camera gear that we got from Core, the video company, that they didn't need and that we could use. As you can see, there's a lot of like arcade sticks here. These are, hitboxes, cross-ups. There's a Quamba there. There's the Omni OG Street Fighter 4 Mad Cat stick there. You can see there's a Sailor Moon S box there. I don't know where the game is. You might have noticed this CGP gray little plush doll that's supposed to represent like a robot or a bot. And I'm a big fan of the channel, so this is one of the one piece of YouTuber merch that I bought. And there was a Project L medallion over from the people at Riot. They were gracious that I tried out their game. And this is a Chun-Li like artwork easel thing. I got it in Japan. There was like a Street Fighter Alpha store. Street Fighter Alpha. There's a store just for Street Fighter Alpha, which was, I mean, that's Japan. That's how like specific you can get in the kinds of things you can buy. And yeah, they sold those. It's pretty cool. More sticks here. I guess the big notable thing here is this one is, if you look at the keys here, this is an Evo Moment 37 themed keycap set, which I put on a Leopold keyboard. And you can see the inputs that Daigo put on the "It's not over till it's over" on the space bar. There, you can see that. Here's a special thing about this keyboard. I actually got it signed by both players. So there, right there, you can see there's Justin Wong and there's Daigo Umehara. So yeah, this is a very cool piece of memorabilia that I own, I guess. And this thing over here is the Evo edition of the Empress Nano I got this year. I think it's made by the guys over at Paradise Arcade. And a lot of controllers, pads you see here. I need to use the pad sometimes to record footage of me using it, or just, pads are always useful for doing things in the game. And of course, here are the arcade sticks. That is some Itokis, some hitbox stuff. That's my old school stick right there, made by Laugh back in the day. And yeah, I guess I can show you guys my arcade stick. This is the Tokido signed hitbox with the flame maple pattern that I put under the plexiglass. This one is actually my main stick, I would say, right now that I'm using. Actually, a lot of people ask me if I use hitbox exclusively now. I do for like Street Fighter 6 for modern games, but I don't use it for the retro games. I can't do the DPs right in games like Super Turbo with very, very strict inputs. So yeah, and I guess finally we're over here. We have, this is kind of my desk, my setup here. This is where I record. I have this arm that goes in and out. It's very convenient to record lines. And you see this kind of like, this kind of material right here. I got this at IKEA. It's meant to reduce reflection. So this is kind of like a little bit of an audio booth. This is the best audio booth I could get in the kind of small office space that we got. So, and it works pretty decently. I guess you guys heard the audio. It wasn't too bad, I hope. And you can see we're working on the Patreon bonus content, like icon for the posts that we do. It's a Core bonus there with like the green color. I guess green represents bonus. And speaking of green, green is my favorite color. So you can see all this stuff is green. There's keyboard there, green. Elden Ring stuff is green. Green mushroom light over there. And a little bit of Akuma over there, just with the fireball floating. And yeah, I guess this is kind of my setup over here. And then here's Kevin's setup. I don't want to invade on his space too much, but he has 3 monitors, so you know he gets a lot of shit done. And yeah, I guess that's the studio tour. If you guys have any questions, just ask on the stream or on the Discord or wherever channels you guys have access to. All right, I'm signing out. Peace.